What is Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Black Uchiha 3, Big Black Uchiha, yes sir, ski, you know the dealio, and we back still black with some more fire Boruto manga related content. Now if you didn't know, if you pick up on the P's and Q's, every time I talk about Sarada, it's time to get litty. The energy in the video always escalates, right up a couple like 18 floors or more. Why? Because that's how we treat the queen. Extraordinary, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, like let's get it, but we're here to discuss Big Uchiha vibes all day, every single day. So let's go ahead and get to the business. Just so you don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button, and share the video with your friends. Let's get it.
9 mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
Now, if we're gonna keep it a buck, Jura and Hidari are treading on thin ice, pal. Like, let's keep it 100 all the way. You feel me? Every single day. They're treading on thin ice. And what do I mean by that? The second that I see a speck of dust on any type of clothing or any type of scratch on Himawari or Sarada, it's up. It's in the smoke. It's in the air, because I'm not going to be fucking with them too. And I've been advocating for them hard, pause, the last few months. Because they pulling up on some big bossy, big saucy vibes. Pause, because it just felt and sounded weird. But they out here pulling up like they the man, you feel me? And they walk through. Smooth, looking cool. And I like the comedic relief that Hidari gives as a character. But I'm telling you, let them scratch a hair on Sarada or Himawari's head. They're dead. Personally, to me, you feel me? I won't even be speaking their names moving forward. But let's be realistic. Let's get the bias out the way. Sarada and Sumori were on their way to the battlefield upon hearing the news. Sasuke Uchiha? Nani? And a negative chakra signature popped up. They started slaughtering mad no-name Jonin. So everybody's on their tits and toes. You feel me? So now we have Himawari being confronted by Jura. We understand the mix in that situation. We understand the whole targets that each of the Senju has personally chosen for themselves. And now we understand the mix. We got Shikadai, we got Inojin, and we got Chocho. All memes aside though, I don't know what they're gonna do there, but that's the scene, right? That's the scene. So if we're going to talk straight up prediction, aside from focusing on the specific subject of the matter, which would be for this video, Sarada and Hidari, straight up predictions, I believe Sarada may be one of the people we see fight next chapter. The safest bet, I would say either Kawaki, he's going to crash out, or we're going to see Damon pop up out of nowhere because he's on my timing. You touch a hair on Himawari's head, you're dead. I'm sorry, my guy, you feel me? So my money's on Damon, but for the video's sake, Sarada pulling up next chapter, her and Sumori popping up in the middle of the scene right before Hidari and Jura get busy. We already understand it's going to have to come a point in time where Hidari comes across Sarada. Now, whether it be with animosity, which it most likely will be upon the first meeting, or is it going to be some type of a camaraderie, eventual relationship built, some type of sacrifice made on Hidari's end, as speculated around the community, he might betray the Shinju in regards or in order to help Sarada, because we know when it comes to big Sasuke Uchiha, y'all don't play when it comes to his little peanut Sarada, because he might just like set the whole world ablaze under Amaterasu if it push comes to shove. And I just thought about it, what if Hidari just pulls out a Amaterasu Chidori like Sasuke be doing? Like, I ain't gonna lie, we seen him do a couple of smooth things, pull out the sword. He's a little nimble on his feet. He's dodging. You know how he's out here blocking moves. His taijutsu's on point. The infamous Chidori and Rasengan clash. We see him clash with Boruto in the past. So Hidari got it in his bag. But now once they come across Sarada, what's gonna happen? How would Sarada's entrance mix up? And it's so hard to stray away from the idea of, because Himawari is the whole center of everything that's going on right now in the midst of the climax, meaning Jura and Hidari are right there, and they're obviously looking for Naruto, but they come across Himawari, so it's hard to like put the focus on Sarada. But once she comes across Hidari, right, it's gonna be interesting, because soon as Boruto and Hidari saw each other, it wasn't much words. It was 0 words at that. It was a glance back. He said, I didn't like the way you was glancing, so it's smoke, and they just started fighting on sight, like right there. So I'm not sure if Hidari lays his eyes on Sarada, the first thing he might do is go for a Chidori to the face, and we might see a first ever Chidori clash on some family sentimental type vibes. So it might be something like that, or he might just look at her and just start having so many questions upon questions, like Sarada, where's Naruto Uzumaki? You feel me? On some stuff like that. Like, I've been looking, and then honestly, my boss Jura over here, he's kind of worried. I guess I'm not sure why, but like, if you have anything, like for some reason, just tell me. Do you know anything about Naruto Uzumaki? So he could just be on some stuff like that, right? So you never really know, but. Ooh, it's just gonna be a very, very interesting topic, because I already know Sarada pulls up next shot, she finna get her face shoved into the dirt, and I'm just preventing and I'm just hoping that don't happen, because I'm really advocating and pushing for Hidari. But if he puts her face in the dirt, which he most likely will, if they were to come to clashes within the next chapter, it's gonna be real sticky situation for me, right? But which most likely will happen is her getting her face put into the dirt. But moving further and much more past that, because the possibility of them even seeing each other is not completely in the air, it's not completely stamped, or it's not completely solidified, right? So we're just going along with what ought to be or what could possibly be. But even so, right? Them coming across each other, them developing a relationship, a bond, a rivalry, enemy and enemy, you know what I'm saying? Something along those natures is going to be real interesting to see, because there's going to be a lot of things in terms of Sarada and her character, how she decides to move forward, what type of Hokage, what type of village leader, just in general, that she determines herself to be, how she decides to carry herself in a situation that holds emotional weight, and also the weight of the village, that we see famous figures make that same decision before. And we know infamously the Hokage she idolizes to be after chooses, which is actually quite surprising to most people, the opposite choice that most Hokages would have chosen. In other terms, like Hashirama, Minato, even the third Hokage, choosing the village over their personal loved ones, especially their intimate family. Well, as Naruto literally decided, nah, fuck all that. It's my son Boruto. It's big Uzumaki vibes. I ain't gonna lie. Konoha, I'ma try. But at the end of the day, that's my guy. You feel me? So it's gonna be real interesting to see what type of path Sarada decides to go, because her bloodline, her trait, you know what I'm saying, her culture decides to go the logistic, you know what I'm saying, the code, the calculated, the precise path. But her heart, you know what I'm saying, and who she idolizes to be, decides to go down the human or the loving path, in terms of, like, you know what I'm saying, compassion, very considerate and caring, all open arms, everybody. It's not just directed to one end or the other. So would she completely be controlled or overcome by emotions in some sense, to where Sarada sees, you know what I'm saying, Hidari, and he's like, bro, what did you do to my pops? Like, what's going on? Like we're gonna have to box, and then it triggers some type of way for us to see the gateway to her Mangekyo Sharingan ability. I'm not saying the unknown ability that we still have yet to see for her Mangekyo Sharingan is going to be the thing that puts her on the edge, to a point where we could see a Sarada battling a Hidari for a couple of pages and no one's going to question it. Obviously, if that happens, everybody's going to question it, because it's like, how did she get so strong out of nowhere? But it's still going to allow us to see, okay, so maybe this is what her Mangekyo does. Okay, so this is what Hidari is planning. Once he's finally able to see Sarada the next chapter, the end game isn't going to be met next chapter, but once they come across the face-to-face next chapter, it might be a point in time where, Sarada's on the ground, she's about to be KO'd, but before she loses consciousness, Hidari tells her, like, next time we see each other, it's up. Or next time we see each other, I'm gonna put a Chidori through your dad's heart. Or next time you see each other, I might have a better answer and I might protect you, but who knows? I might give you another Chidori to the face. You never really know. But I'm really excited to see the fate that's destined between both Hidari and Sarada, and if at all, and if possible, it leads to any scenario down the line where I've seen stemming up in the community, Sarada getting her own Jinchuriki / monster / host beast in Hidari, or simply getting a chakra power up from Hidari, or even simply getting Hidari's eyes, aka Sasuke's eyes, and getting a power up in that way. Somewhere along those lines, I do believe that a power up through Hidari in some way, shape, or form would be extremely beneficial for Sarada, but they have to tread very even lighter than what Jura and Hidari are walking on. They have to tread on lighter and thinner ice than that if they want to make it work, because I don't take slander too well when it comes to Sarada. And even if I agree with it partially or not, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's in my corner and I'm going to stand by her. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means to stand 10 toes down. So I got to support, you feel me? And I got to show love where love always has to be shown. But at the end of the day, I'm looking forward to the potential encounter between the two. And how do y'all think it might play out? Do y'all think, like I said, when I go over the chapter predictions, possibly, if not Sarada, in a situation where she comes across the situation, obviously everybody's thinking about Himawari, everybody's concerned about whatever is going on, why they're looking for Naruto, then she confronts Hidari, and then we go down the path of, okay, what happened to my dad? Why do you look like my dad? Why do you have my dad's chakra signature? You know what I'm saying? We can have that next chapter. We can possibly have Damon popping up like, bro, Jura, like, what are you talking? You touch a hair on Himawari's head, you're dead, my guy. We could have Kawaki, his infamous crash out no jutsu, pull up like, no, run it back. What are you talking about? Let's get it. But it's a whole lot more to discuss about in those regards. But strictly focusing on Hidari and Sarada, how do y'all think things can possibly play out? And if it will play out next chapter, how do y'all think the encounter will go when Sarada and Hidari finally meet? Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section below. It's your boy Black Uchiha, 3 long face, skinny body. Go ahead and share the video with your friends. Let me know what y'all think. And holla at your boy. I'm holla at y'all. Black Child, yes sir. Ski.
Hey, can we take a trip to the sky? Show them that our limit's too high.
Cocoa butter hips on the west side. She said